everybody. Welcome back to Ventthis. I'm Chris McGarrian, along with I always call him my handsome co-host, Paul.
Oh, oh,
And you always
listen.
respond the same way. Ah,
I
it's
get, you know
cute.
what? I have some pre-canned responses to certain things. I guess I should be. I don't, yeah, compliments are hard to take. You
I
ever notice
know.
that?
I
Compliments
know.
are hard to take.
I know. S-
It's,
I'm with you.
I don't even do well with gifts. Christmas presents, birthday presents. I don't want them. No thanks.
But do you
I don't
give
want them.
gifts?
Yeah.
You just don't like
Yeah.
getting them.
Well, I'm not good at gifting. I don't know what to get unless I really hear you say something. I'm like, oh yes, put a note. I hope you don't get that for yourself because now I know. I don't want to guess. I'm not gonna buy Chelsea clothes. No way.
Yeah.
Maybe take a shot on some jewelry if I think I have a clue.
Men don't have a
So
clue about jewelry. Just
no.
putting that out there.
I mean, I got her some earrings when I was in Ireland. I thought it's had a mole issue. Like it's gonna match the mole. Carrie said it's a male issue. Yeah. And then, but someone gives you something, you're like, well, I feel like I got to reciprocate immediately.
I know.
But then it's like weird. Then it's like it was turnkey. I only said it because you said it. You can't
Yeah,
win. You
I
can't win with
know.
compliments. They're very, ugh, I'm all set. But thank you. You look great as
Did
well, Chrissy.
Oh, thank you. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Good,
stuffed my
me too.
belly.
Yeah, me
I get into
too.
the gravy and all that. Chelsea's isn't a big Thanksgiving food. Are you into the
I'm not a
Thanksgiving
turkey
menu?
person. My family's not a turkey person. We like some of the sides, but we try to eat healthy. We'll have, like a lot of vegetables. Maybe we'll have a brisket, but we don't really ever have a turkey.
Do you go Armenian? Do you have like boiled cabbage and like
No,
meat that's shaped like your fist?
no, no, we don't. We do have some Armenian food, yes.
You know what I'm talking about. You know I didn't just
Yes.
make that up.
Yeah. No, my husband was born and raised in Turkey, so we have a lot of Turkish food, which I find very delicious. So
Turkish Armenian couple.
they're kind of the same.
Every day you kind of meet them all the time.
No, he's Armenian. He was just born there. He's Armenian.
Oh, well, even no wonder he left.
Yeah,
Here
exactly.
you are.
Exactly. Well, most Armenians have their families originated in Turkey,
Sure.
and then it eventually they moved out and all that stuff. But
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
if you guys have been listening to us, we always have three vents. And our first vent, I believe, is Stuck in the Middle with You, like the song. The other vent is I See Way Too Much Butt. And this is going to be, I think, my favorite vent.
Too
Paul,
much butt. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Your favorite one?
the favorite one is Paul, Take a Breather. And I can't wait to hear that one.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
already fuming that they told me to take a breather. Like it's going to have the reverse effect, and I hope that they intended that. I
so
cannot
Steve,
wait.
I know. I can't wait to see your responses.
I'm going to do my best to even be present during the first two, knowing
Just
that's coming up.
Paul, don't like explode. Remember, these people love us. I hope. Anyway, so
Oh, we'll
that's
see
our
if we love them back, like a
yeah.
compliment. It's not always to be reciprocated.
That's our show. And the title of our show today is called Don't Look, Listen, or Smell. So stay tuned for that, but we'll be right back.
And we're back. We hope you did not enjoy the break because being where we're not isn't supposed to be enjoyable. This is home. This is where things are good. And fortunately, we're back to that. We're both here. And you ready to kick off our first vent?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I was on a 6-hour flight from California to New York and stuck in the middle seat. On my right
Oh.
was a heavy-set man that had bad BO, and on my left was a woman with heavy perfume. What the hell? I thought I was going to choke. I stuffed paper in my nose and got dirty looks, but I didn't care. What if I became allergic? What do I do? I wish I had a bad cold so my nose couldn't smell anything. Shouldn't there be a rule against heavy perfume or personal hygiene on long flights?
Well,
What do you think,
uh,
Chrissy?
well, first of all, that's subjective. Like,
Yeah,
how do you tell somebody,
100%.
you smell when that could potentially be a perfume? I mean, how do you can't do that.
No.
If you're stuck in the middle, and I love that song, stuck in the middle with you. If you're
Yeah.
stuck in the middle, a middle seat, and you've got a heavy set person and somebody who, has, I don't know, bad perfume or BO, you're stuck. What are you going to say to the stewardess? Excuse me, can I talk to you for a second? You're leaning over the heavy set person. I don't want to sit next to this guy because he's fat and I don't have enough room. What the hell?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You're stuck.
Well, here's the thing. Just the same way you can't say that somebody smells good or bad because it's subjective. To say I don't want to sit next to this guy because he's fat, you can say that. You can say that. Whether or not they're gonna, accommodate your concern, that's another thing. They might tell you, well, so what? He's fat and whatever. But I would say, for one, this is why, and I empathize, but do not get a middle seat on a flight. Are you out of your mind? What is it? An extra $23, sometimes 17, but whatever it is for a 5 hour flight, hour and a half. You can deal with whatever, but 5, 6 hours from New York to LA, especially if you get headwinds, that's a long flight. No way. I always say that I get this knee. Oh, I get the knee. I got to stretch my knee. I need an aisle seat. I was trying to get an aisle. I don't care, left or right. I just say whichever knee accommodates my request. But also be forward, and not forward in the sense you put paper in your nose. Now you've just pissing these people off. Now, because there's nothing they can do. The woman who's wearing too much perfume, she can't remove it. She's not gonna take a shower. The guy who stinks, what are you gonna tell him? Hey, here's some of my deodorant. You want to spray it on? No. But if you put that in your nose, you're gonna piss these people off. I would say, see if there's any other open seats on the plane. Any other. Because you can just do that. Like, you can just move. Some people know to do it and some people don't. But once everyone's seated on the flight and everyone's in the seat where they belong, there's no one in the bathroom,
But
just take any open seat. No one cares.
right, but if it's a full flight, and sometimes when you book these flights, you don't have a choice. They say what's left
Yeah.
is a middle seat. You're stuck.
Guess what? Yeah. You know what? It sounds like you're playing the chair game and there are no chairs left.
But I
You
thought,
know?
I thought, wasn't there a rule if you're now heavy set, you're supposed to buy two seats? Didn't I read that, or is
It's
that
like
not
urban
real?
legend. I don't know. I'm sure it'd be a discrimination case or something like that. But if you spill over
That's what I, yeah.
like a muffin top or like a popover, then there could be an issue. But I've seen seatbelt extenders. Have you seen those
Right.
for the biggies? Yeah, they've got those, and you just request one. It's disturbing. I couldn't
No,
imagine being
but
a place in
Paul, this person who's sitting in the middle, I think it's the spillover. It doesn't matter if he has an extended, seat belt.
Yeah,
It's the fact that this guy is squishing her into her seat. His arm's probably massive and he's got the armrest.
yeah,
And,
yeah. You got to throw an elbow. You got to throw an elbow. You got to claim an armrest. Oh, here's the thing that you do with the stink. This will work sometimes if you're lucky. This will actually help with the stink. Every seat has their own adjustable airflow overhead. Point it down. Point it at your face. Don't do it so heavy that it's going to dry you out. But that air is recirculated from all throughout the plane and goes through filters. So you can then, if you consider airflow and pressure, the scent of these two, smellies next to you is going to get pushed away by the flow of the air coming toward you. I've done this. Someone stinks next to me, I blow the air at my face and I breathe the fresh air. Gary's nodding. He gets it. It's like a wind stream. Like, you ever been downwind of something that smells good or bad? Well, that's where your air is coming from.
right, but how do
If
you
you
solve
don't smell something nearby, it's probably because another gust is blowing it away from you.
but how do you solve the person who's big next to you? I think that's
Big?
part of, yeah.
Yeah, then you just got to tell them, hey,
Tell
I
him
need
what? Squeeze your leg
lean the
into
other
your
way.
pants
Lean
leg?
the other way. He's going to lean the other way Because look, a lot of times, I mean, unless you're both middle, which sucks if you're both middle, but hey, if we all lean to the right, then we all get the right armrest.
No,
You know what I mean?
Paul,
No one's getting both. There's
I
no
think
two armrest. You look at his arm, you go, look, you got another arm, you got another armrest. You get the one over there. I get the one right here. This is single file. Very direct.
right. But here's the other issue. I've sat next to somebody who's heavy set, excuse me, and their leg is big,
Yeah.
and they were rubbing against my leg
Yeah.
because I was in the middle. And I'm like, and that was disgusting to me.
Yeah.
And I tried to scoot over, so now I'm like, you can't see me, but I'm leaning against the person who stinks. So now I'm next to this heavy set guy who's rubbing his leg against my leg because it's so huge. And I'm leaning against the lady who's got either BO or a bad perfume. I'm in a rotten place at the moment. So what do you do about that? Does it smell? I can maybe put that, the thing
You
above.
got to push him out of the way. You got to push him out of the way.
Oh,
you
for
gotta just
God.
do it. No, listen, no, but you do it subtly. You do it subtly. If you're really timid, here's what you do. You pretend like you're nodding off. Pretend like you're nodding off.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. And then you just push your leg against theirs to push them back into. You got to visualize. You got to visualize a straight line from your armrest to the seat in front of you. You got to visualize what is and isn't your real estate on this plane, right? Because otherwise you don't know if you're right or wrong. If you can see a line, an invisible line, like the line of scrimmage in an NFL game, you just got to visualize the line. And if their leg is over into your space, then you just push their leg over, but you do it subtly. No, you do it subtly. And if you pretend like you're nodding off, because anyone can be like, you can sort of jerk a little bit, then you push their leg out of the way. And then you can go, oh, sorry, I was sleeping. But then you don't actually move your leg.
Okay, but Paul, this is coming from a man's point of view. A
Yeah.
woman is if I did that to a guy, some men will think I'm coming on to them, that I'm pushing their leg or touching their leg.
Then you just say it. You just got to be like, hey, your leg's in my space. You got to move over. You just be a bitch, Chrissy. You got to be a little bit of a bitch. You're a very nice lady, which I know that you're tough too, but just channel that. It's like, hey, over there, leggy, there's a line. Fill your whole line, but not mine. This is my leg, my space, my husband. Hey, do you know what? With today's PC, you can be like, due to my religion, men can't touch me who aren't my husband. I hope you understand. Do you know? Yeah, when I worked in New York City, there were a lot of Jewish landlords who couldn't shake a woman's hand because it wasn't their wife. These are like Orthodox. So you could go like that and be like, yeah, sorry. You know what my husband would do if he knows another man touched his leg against my leg?
I'm not
Probably come to
doing
your
that.
house.
I'm not
He'd
doing
probably
that.
come to your house. You know what? And I don't want that for you because he just got out of jail, and and I told him to stay away from that biker gang, but he still does stuff with them, and
And before you
I
know,
just want an easy
you and
life.
I are both getting kicked off the plane.
why? Because you want to do a real
You're
estate being
creating
paid
a
for?
problem.
You're not creating a problem. You're solving one.
My
guy's got-
husband is what is it? MFA fighter. I'm really sorry, but if he sees your leg touching my leg,
Oh.
he'll just kick you in the neck and you might die. So could you possibly move
Yes.
your leg?
Not the first
You
time
can't
either.
do-
I couldn't fly for 6 months after what he did to the last guy. My God, he sees.
Okay.
I have handlers. They're nearby. They watch. They're watching me. Please, for both of our sake. So we both have as many legs tomorrow as we have today. Get your fat one away from mine.
Okay. Venter, don't take Paul's advice. It's ridiculous. And you're stuck. If you're stuck in the middle with a heavy set person and somebody who stinks, guess what? You're shit out of luck. And that's the bottom line.
Smell. But
And
use the vent. But do use
Oh,
the
yeah,
vent.
use the
It's
thing.
not
That's a good
ironically
idea.
on the Ventthis podcast, but use the airflow, the air
Right.
vent.
I like
At
that.
least you can breathe better. But don't go too heavy because if you fall asleep with the heavy flow, it'll dry out your sinuses and you'll show up sick wherever you're going. That's
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want that shit. Drink a lot of water if you're gonna blow the vent at your face.
All right. Well, let's move on to the
I hope
next
most of
one.
our listeners aren't middle seat buyers. You know, I'd
I
like to think we have a higher class audience than that. People who accept middle seats, they're the problem that most of our listeners are upset about. I think they're the cause of many vents, to be honest with you. I'd love
well,
to hear what the fatty and the smelly woman say about this venter, because do you know what kind of gall? You say you're afraid to shove a knee a little bit just to subtly edge out your own space. This person shoved paper in their nose.
yeah, but yeah.
We're dealing with a psychopath. Psycho. I would love to see more of the profile of this listener. They're a
All right.
lunatic.
Well, Venter, if you
But
are
they have
listening
problems
to
every
us
day of their life.
and the heavyset person, of course, they don't know who it is, but the Venter, let us know what you think about Paul's idea.
Yeah.
And I'm rolling my eyes. But anyway,
Or, hey, wait. Worst case, just to close this one out, you really don't want to deal with this anymore? You gain weight.
oh, for
You
God's
gain weight.
sakes.
Get fat. Get fat.
Uh,
So then there's
uh,
no reason you don't have to explain yourself as to why you need extra space. Sorry, I need all the space that comes with my seat because I fill the entire volume of what I paid for. I'm extremely fat, and this is all mine.
again, my eyes are rolling, my blood pressure's rising, and I think it's time we move on to the next vent.
Let's do it. Let's
Paul.
fly on.
Yeah, go.
All right, folks, this vent can never be solved. My next door neighbor is redoing his patio, and the guy doing it displays his butt crack all day
Oh,
long, and I
what?
don't want to see that. Sure, Paul is thinking, don't look, but it's almost impossible not to, cause I need to water my plants, and this butt crack guy is right there. Do you think it's worth telling him to pull up his big boy pants?
Oh, Paul, you're in there. You better speak up.
I love that our listener knows me well enough to know, yes, that is my response. Don't look. Stop looking. There's a whole world. There are 359 degrees of other angle that you could be looking. And look, I get it. I'll tell you. You know what I do that's stupid in the same direction? At night, I feel, and I don't know if it's because I'm aging and my eyes are more strained, or if it's really just the stupidity of mankind. So many people in LA love to drive with their high beams on.
Yeah.
And it's obnoxious. It's ridiculous. You're both nodding your heads. All right, I'm not alone on this. And not to mention, I've even noticed Teslas as an entire make, they point their regular lights too high. Teslas are designed, their lights are aimed high. It's obnoxious. But what do I do that's dumb when I get upset that somebody is driving toward me with their high beams on? I look directly into the high beams to confirm that these are in fact high beams and not just me as the problem. So I make it worse by staring, and it's stupid. And I try to remind myself, don't stare, whether you think it is or it isn't, don't stare. So same with the butt crack. How long? This isn't the neighbor.
It's
This
a
is the guy
neighbor.
building the deck.
Oh, yeah. It's not, yeah, it's the
This is a
construction guy.
contractor.
Right.
It's called plumber's crack. I think there's actually like products called like plumber's crack, like crack sealant. But it's a contractor. He's not going to be there for the next 11 years. What are you talking? 3 months? 8 weeks? Look, you can't look the other way. You can't not look at a man's butt crack for the course of 6 weeks to 8 weeks, 3 months. But what is your infatuation?
Paul.
Maybe it's a good crack. Take some pics. Share the pictures with your friend. Chrissy's shaking her head. No, take some pics. I've taken pictures of butt cracks of plumbers when they're in my home
Why?
because I think it's hilarious. If it's a really long crack exposed,
Oh,
then I want to
God.
share that. I want to send it to friends. I think it's really funny. And maybe that's how I manage the stress of the fact that this is happening. But take some good pics. First thing that came to mind, honestly, get a really good stream super soaker. I don't know if that's still the leader in water
You
guns.
talked
It's a
about
40-year
these.
reference. Just get a good water gun, like not a cheap one, like a decent, like, I don't know, $50. It's got a good steady stream. Practice so you don't just soak the guy, and then arc a stream into his butt. Arc a water
Why?
stream into his naked crack. And then he's going to go, you know what? I should have this covered. I understand why water went down my butt.
No,
It's
no,
because it was out.
no. he's gonna throw down his shovel and go, "Who the hell did that?" Turn around and chase you so you run back into your house. Why can't you just say, "Excuse me, sir"? Or actually, you can't say anything. The guy's working, his pants are down, his crack is showing. That's what he's done for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And nobody's complained.
Right.
And you just got to live with it for the next 3 months or however long it takes. Or you tell your neighbor, "Hey, by the way, you know, Bill over there is, he's bending down, he's picking up soil and stuff like that, and I'm looking at his butt crack, and it's right next to my driveway. Do you think you could ask him to, wear bigger pants or something? It's not the most attractive look. My mailman literally didn't drop the mail off because he got scared." Kind of embellish it a little bit.
That would be an embellishment. That would
Yeah.
be an embellishment because, again, even though I might agree that yes, this butt crack doesn't need to be out, I would really be questioning the balance of someone who's this upset about it. The hell are you?
You're
He's
blaming the
coming to your
person
house.
now. Wait, you're blaming the person looking at the butt crack?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh
But,
my
yeah.
God.
No, listen. When I was in fourth grade, I remember hearing in the news that a couple, I think they were in Florida, it's always Florida, a couple got a fine, some sort of a citation because they were having sex in their home and school-age kids were able to see through the window. Now, these were not people who were doing it in the window to put on a show, but they were able to be observed. And I said, you know what? Quit looking, you creeps. I mean, if it's right in the window, first floor, and it's like floor to ceiling windows and you're just being ridiculous, maybe. But at what point, just mind your own business. I'm a very irritable person. I get annoyed by many things and I can understand many annoyances. I don't want to look at this crack. I don't either. I might. Here's the thing. In all reality, the guy may not realize, and he would probably be embarrassed if you brought it up. So if you were to go to your fence and just holler over, in a friendly way,
What would you say?
I would say, "Hey, Cracky."
Oh,
And then he'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "Cracky." And then you point and he's like, what did you say? And I was like, "Oh, crack." Well, I just figured, hey, I didn't know if you saw, like, does that cool you off? Like, you got a lot of butt showing. Is that like a ventilation thing? Like, should I try that? It's like, it's a lot. It's so much. I feel like I know you intimately. And then he might be like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I had no idea." And then he fixes it and you weren't a jerk. You were having fun. This guy's a laborer. This guy likes a good joke. And every time you see him, "Cracky, oh, hey, it's Cracky." You know, like, you just make it fun, like a little Larry David sort of thing. And then he either persists because he doesn't care, or he might say, "Well, hey, you know what?"
or you might complain to the neighbor and go, "You've got a really rude neighbor. Listen to what he just called me. Called me crackhead." And
Cracky. No, not crackhead.
he's going to
Cracky.
take it as crackhead and thinks he's going to think you think he's on drugs.
So, all right, here's what you do. Have you ever seen how people in China, and I believe also Japan, business people, how they present a business card?
No, I haven't.
And Gary's nodding. Gary knows. So it's a very formal process. You don't just toss your business card at somebody like a, Frisbee. You hold the corners with both your right and left hands, and you lean forward and you kind of bow and you present it to them as if it's something of respect. It's a gift of respect. And this implies like a mutual reciprocity of respect. It's a very nice thing. So you do that with a belt.
A
You
belt?
go to Marshall's. Yeah, go to TJ Maxx. You can get a fat guy's belt for like $10. And then you just go over to the fence and you go, "Excuse me, Cracky-san."
Oh, God.
And then when he looks up, he doesn't understand what's going on. Then you go, "Konnichiwa."
Oh, Jesus.
And, and you lean forward and you present the belt with a bow and both hands. And I think he'll get it from there. And you just go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just also have a butt, so I can empathize. I get it. I had a feeling you may have lost your belt. I couldn't imagine you enjoy having this much of your bum showing to the world." Because, they also believe, what is it? In Japan, when they have those pagoda roofs, on the buildings, it's so that like the evil spirits that fall from the sky swoop back up and they're sent back up to the sky. So you say, obviously you don't want to send a vision of your butt to the gods in the sky, that would only anger them. And I don't want to be anywhere near where that's going to happen. It could cause lightning, thunder, any of these things. So for both of our respect and the gods, I'm offering you this belt. You don't owe me anything.
Okay.
Just man to man. I'm just
First
happy
of all,
to share.
I think we should wrap this up because it's ridiculous. And what if the guy's
No.
already wearing a belt? That's not going to work. So that blows your idea.
You get him a better, and you go, oh, I'm sorry. I thought yours didn't work. Maybe it was,
Paul, how does a belt not work?
exactly. And that's your response. I don't know how it doesn't work, but I figured it must not, because the net is your butt is, listen, and then you can make something up. When I used to live in New York City, when I lived in Queens, there was this gross woman 2 apartments down. She would smoke cigarettes out of her window. So she was still indoors, which is disgusting, and she'd blow it out the window. And then sometimes it would blow right in my window because we were 1 apartment separated. And I'd yell out like, hey, enough with the goddamn cigarettes coming right in my window. And then finally I invented a baby. And because I saw it was a woman and I saw that she was leaning out the window, and I tried to just reach her on an emotional level. I said, hey, look, I used to smoke. I understand smoking is a ton of fun. My baby is breathing your cigarettes. Can you just smoke in the front? Can you just smoke in the front of your building? And for a little while it worked. And then she just didn't care about the baby. She was a gross spinster. No one was ever going to give her a baby. She was a nasty, she was a milkmaid at best, probably low IQ. So she just smoked. And I wasn't going to cross the blood-brain barrier, urges that Philip Morris gave her.
Okay. I'm doing the bold print. Chris shaking her head. Can't believe. What does this have to do with Butt Crack Man?
Everything.
Okay, you know what? We're moving on
I've
to
given
the
a
next.
series of solutions, and I would like to know which of these very reasonable and excellent solutions our listeners have taken up, because they called me out and said, oh, Paul's going to say, and I did say, my first solution cost $0. You look the other way. Next
Okay.
solution cost $10 to $12 at TJ Maxx. Free belt. The next solution was a $40 to $50 water gun. Maybe you return it after. Maybe you just present him some spackle. You just say, this is it. This is it. He's a handyman. Go to Home Depot and get 2 different containers of spackle. And you say, hey, Cracky, I got a question for you. And then when he turns over, he won't even realize what you called him because you said it real quick. You say, hey, I got a question about spackle. Which of these, do you have an opinion which of these is better? And maybe he'll be like, oh, I've used the one on the right. It's really good. Or he says, I'm really not sure. You go, I'm just trying to figure out, a lot of them have instructions for walls. I want to spackle my friend's butt because it shows too much. If I were to want to spackle a butt crack because it showed too much, if you were spackling your butt crack, which of these do you think would be better? Because I feel like,
My God.
I'd be happy, if you want to help me sample it, I don't want to be wrong. I'll give you one of these if you'd be willing to spackle your butt while you work on this deck.
Bold print, Chris shaking her head in disbelief. How Paul could even come up with these ideas. And if there's a fight that ensues, please write to Paul, not to me. He's the instigator.
Yeah.
And if you've turned off our podcast at this point, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. So I think it's time we move on to the next one before all hell breaks loose.
Hey, last thing.
Oh,
last
God.
thing. If you're really afraid of conflict, tell them how much you like it.
Oh, God. Okay, that's it.
Tell them how much you like it. Tell them how it's a hot butt crack. You can't stop looking. Man, it does something for you. And he is going to be, if all the other things, if you didn't think those were going to work, Chrissy's rubbing the lines on her forehead. No, then he's probably not gay. A lot of contractors are pretty straight. He's going to be like, oh my God, I'm turning on the gay guy next door. Gross. And then he'll cover it for you. Like, hey, cracky.
Okay.
Wow. That's a nice crack. Can I have a picture of that? You want to come over?
It's time you turn off your podcast, Venter. And it's time that we move on to the next vent, the last vent. This is perfect now. Please, Loretta, play the last vent. Perfect timing.
Damn it.
God.
This may not be a vent, but it's kind of a bet, because I don't think Paul can stop talking without taking a breath. I'll bet he goes for 3 minutes. He has a lot of good things to say, but man, when does he catch a breath? I hope Chris bets with me.
Hold on. I just want to say this, Venter. It's not 3 minutes. It's 10 minutes. He can talk for 10 minutes nonstop. Paul, the floor is yours.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, what?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Listen, I'll answer that question very, very, very practically. When I was a young boy, maybe fourth grade or so, my grandmother would take me to the public pool in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where I'm from. There was a public pool, the Pierce Island pool. It's pretty gross. A lot of seagulls like to swim in it and poop, whatever. Anyway, in this public pool, I was attempted to be taught something I resisted because it seemed very uncomfortable: rhythmic breathing. Rhythmic breathing. When you're swimming, you dip your face in the water, and that's when you hold your breath. And when you come up to the side that you're lifting the arm, you catch a breath. Put your face back in the water, and as you bring it to the other
Paul's-
side, as you lift the other arm,
Paul's
you
swimming. Paul's swimming.
Yes.
He's showing us what he's doing, just if anybody wants to know.
That's what I'm doing. I'm swimming in the air. Rhythmic breathing. So you find the points in the middle of your stroke where you inhale, exhale. It's like a finely tuned engine. You know, you got to take in exhaust, you got to combust, you got to you don't take in exhaust, you take in air, and then you combust, and then you shoot out exhaust. Bang, bang, bang. I do it, and you don't even know what's happening. 3 minutes? Chrissy, you pointed out better. 10 minutes? I can go Guinness Book. There's a lot of things in this world that annoy me. There's a lot of things that I think it's worth, if the more people who hear the frustrations that we share on this pod, the better world we could have. And so I'm out here. It's for the good of man.
Try to make it a better place.
You know what? I mean, come on. I'm just trying to make the world a better place. That's all.
Well-
And could you ever run out of exhaust? You know, when you're trying to solve the world's problems, you know how many problems we have to fix? We're only on here for 40 minutes. Tall order.
You're going to make the world a better place. I agree with you, Paul, because if most people like myself have insomnia and they just turn you on, boom, we're out.
I heard what you said there, Chrissy, and it didn't go unfelt. Insomnia solution, huh? Okay.
Well,
that
you
that
do
makes
have-
me want to hold the breath. That's when I get the most. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, you do have a lot of good things to say. There's no question about that. You've got to,
Like
you're very smart.
98.7%. Yeah.
Well, I hope that person who wrote that in will hear this, because I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I will take the compliment in there. It's you know, it does remind me also when I was, God, not even first grade. I think I was in readiness right after kindergarten. I was a fat boy. I was fat, but I was in the Cub Scouts, and we had this competition one night called the regatta, and you had to build this little wooden ship. It was kind of pre-made wood, and then you had to design a little mast for it. And they had two rain gutters side by side. This is at the fire station. This is very wholesome. This is in Farmington, New Hampshire in the 80s. And so they had these little rain gutters filled with water side by side. And each Cub Scout would get on either side, and you had to blow your little regatta boat down to the end of the gutter. When I won, I think I only battled against one kid. When I beat him, his comment didn't occur to me as a insult until a while later. Like, I didn't fully get it, but he was like, I see where he gets all his wind.
They
And
knew
it was
back
because
then.
I was fat. And I didn't realize he was a poor loser who was upset that a fat kid beat him at something physical. And yeah, I knew to be pissed, but I didn't know why yet. I was too young.
Yeah.
So
But you're
that's
not
where my wind comes from.
but you're not you're not a heavy set person anymore, but you're still long-winded, but that's a good thing.
Wind off rage, as I would put it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of coals burning in the fire, Chrissy.
All right.
It's a lot of steam. Anyway.
Ah. Oh, I just did what Paul always does. He goes, ah. So let's move on to the sarcastic comments. We have a couple.
I'll bet.
Let me read. There's two. Number one, why don't you have a rebuttal segment? Because I don't always agree with Paul. Jesus, this is Paul's podcast today.
Damn it. Hey, you know what? This is the hands are up. The hands are up. I'm furious. Now, the other guy, he talked about how I talk a lot. I'm going to tell this person, this is where the rage comes from. How could you be so stupid that you listen to us all the time? You listen enough that you hear my opinions and you don't always agree, and then ask why we don't have a rebuttal segment. We're always asking you to rebut. Always. What is wrong with you? I'm an event about you. You're the problem. And I want you to persist. Rebut. Send it in. You can send a smoke signal we put it any way you can. You can call a phone number. You can send an email. You can shoot a text. You can DM us. God, please rebut.
Yeah.
Please. I invite you. There is no rage in like what you have just set off. Oh my God.
I rarely agree with Paul, but on this one, he's absolutely right. We're always asking for, always asking for an opinion on what you think of this, whatever. But so
we'll give you a hat. If you rebut, we'll clothe you. We will attempt to hide you just a little bit from society and make you look better by wearing our logo. Your life will improve. Tell us how wrong you are, and we'll confirm.
Agreed. All right.
Implied that their rebuttal is automatically wrong. I hope that was understood. Whatever they're going to say back is automatically wrong, but we'll help you to understand why.
We just want to hear you. Yeah. Okay, here's the last sarcastic comment. Oh, this is funny. People don't vent, they rant. Change the name. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, we'll just change the whole podcast because we're not venting, we're ranting. Yeah, good idea, buddy.
This is where do people? Oh, we're gonna call it rant. This.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Wow, there's a massive gestalt shift right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'll tilt the scales.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference? This is why people are problems and not just annoyed by problems. This guy lives in a world where he thinks that the difference between a rant and a vent is so significant that he took the time to write in.
Yeah.
And I say he, because that is a guy kind of thing. Like men and women have their own sort of, odd things that, quirk us out, but that's a guy.
I think so too. I think it's a guy. All right. Well,
I'll say, Chrissy, I think about it sometimes. I think we're really kind of an advice column in a lot of ways.
Kinda.
Well, because we don't leave people without a solution. We very commonly have solutions.
I wouldn't say they're solutions. I would say they're just an opinion about something. Solutions is a stretch.
Well, but it would either be a solution or just what? I mean, we either just agree or disagree with them. I mean,
Paul,
I guess, but
Paul, handing somebody a water gun to shooting somebody's butt crack is not a solution. Handing somebody
actually,
a
water
belt,
is by definition a solution. It's actually the most solution you possibly. It's by science. It's an actual. It's a solution-based solution.
So yeah. Anyway, I think that about wraps us up and
Covers us like an exposed crack.
yeah,
Is that what it does?
something like that.
Does it wrap us like an ugly crack?
So you guys, when you like us, comment, tag us, watch us, subscribe, you get a hat. We said that on our 100th episode. It's Ventthis podcast as our Instagram. So watch us, love us, hate us. Just do something.
Chrissy, maybe we should up the ante a little bit because I don't know if I think we may have mentioned this, but no, what I'm saying, we go all the way. Just like today, the one person said, there should be a rebuttal segment. I think maybe we have offered this, but let's be clear. If you send us a good enough rebuttal and you may earn a guest spot on the show.
Excellent. I'm with you.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Sure.
Bring it.
Bring
this
it
is
on.
like The Price is Right. You're not just in the audience. You might leave with a car. Except here, it's not a car, it's a hat. But you know what? Just as cool. You don't have to pay taxes on your winnings. That's nice.
When it rains, covers your head.
Covers your head.
Yeah.
People know you listen to a cool pod. You're in a posse.
It's a conversation
gang.
piece. What's Ventthis? You start talking to a cute guy or cute girl. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's this cult I joined. They get it. That's what
Well,
we do. We get it, Chrissy.
It's time we close this out, Paul.
Oh, kills me every time.
I know. So stay tuned for another episode coming up. And we love you. And what's the magic word, Paul?
Lou. Toodaloo.
And we want to thank our crew, tone deaf engineer Gary, slicer and dicer Isabella, and the marketing maniac Greg. Toodles!